What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel once again. Welcome to a brand new video. Now today we're doing another car review, and we're reviewing something which I really love so much. That is the Mercedes AMG A45s, the new one. Funny thing, on Tuesday, today is a Saturday, I just did a video with the CLA 45s, so my memory of that car is still very sharp. So it would be very interesting to compare them back to back, but they are more or less the same thing. The difference is just the body. But yeah, let's have a look around the exterior, interior, talk about the engine specs, and what makes this an AMG. So let's get into the video. So guys, the A45s, this is the second generation of the Mercedes A45. Mercedes performance hot hatch. But yeah, the looks, this thing looks aggressively elegant. I don't know if that makes sense, but it looks aggressive at the same time. It looks very elegant. Now the aggression is all thanks to this grille, partly of course, as well as these intakes, the way they're shaped and the way they're so large. And also this bottom part right here is like, it just adds to the aggression. There's also about 4 creases on the bonnet. Those also make the car look very sharp in a way. And also this one with the aero kit has these canards down here, which also add on to the aggression. But overall, it's a very smart looking car. Like, look at it from this angle especially, it's very, very nice. So you have the Panamericana grille, which is the AMG specific grille. It has the AMG logo right there. You have these gloss black touches down here, which are part of AMG Night Pack. The canards, as I already mentioned, are these AMG specific 19-inch rims, red brake calipers right there. You have this turbo 4MATIC badge. We'll get into that a bit later. So gloss black mirrors, part of AMG Night Pack. Gloss black on the side skirts, part of Night Pack. Gloss black surrounds on the window frames, part of Night Pack. And also it's wearing Michelin Pilot Sport 4S, which is a very, very good tire. So this gigantic wing, which is of course part of the Aero Pack. But yeah, the rear as well is very lovely. Quad tailpipes looking amazing. This one has a surprise, so the exhaust is not standard, which is a very good thing because these don't sound all that good when they are stock. So the exhaust has been worked on by Rogue Performance SA, which you guys will get to hear later. But let's just continue with the review. So AMG badge here, A45s right there, LED tail lights, LED headlights as well. Did I mention that? Rear diffuser, which looks very, very cool. So quad tailpipes. What I love is that they have AMG indented on them. So that's basically the rear. It's very nice in the spec, the white with the black details, like the rims, the diffuser, the wing, the canards, like it matches so well. Let's jump into the interior and see what it's like. So the interior first, you're greeted with this AMG aluminum kick plate on the door sill. The door cart looks very nice. So it has Alcantara in the middle, leather on top. There's this sort of brushed aluminum material, and also some aluminum touches on the door handle and the door opener. Like it's very lovely. So the seats, these are my favorite seats, the AMG performance seats. They look amazing. You can have these piping in different colors. This specific one is in yellow. You can also have it in red, I believe. There's also some yellow stitching all over the middle part of the seats is Alcantara. There's also an AMG badge right there. Like these seats, like they look the business. They look so amazing. So let's jump inside. So the steering wheel, I believe this is one of the coolest looking steering wheels in the auto industry right now. Like the way it just looks, these control knobs right here, and also these buttons, like it looks amazing. I think I should get the key so that I just got the key. So let's wake it up so that you guys can see. Look at that, it greets you. Oh no, volume down. So this is very lovely. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to start it up to have all these dials on the steering wheel lit up and whatnot. But yeah, the steering wheel is amazing. All this aluminum around, the Alcantara on the side, the leather on top and at the bottom, the AMG badge right there. Like, oh my goodness, the pedals as well. Even the actuation feel like it feels so amazing. So you have these two touch pads. The one on the right controls the driver screen. The one on the left controls this left screen, of course, which is your infotainment screen and all that. But yeah, it looks very cool. Like this interior is just class leading. I think I mentioned the same thing in the CLA video. Like all the rivals like cannot match this thing's interior. Like it's just in a different level. It's, yeah, here's the key, by the way. Looks very cool in gloss black. I think on all AMGs the key is gloss black, and on the normal class cars it has a bit of silver or aluminium. But yeah, it looks amazing. So the screen is touch screen, like you guys saw. You can also control it via this touchpad here. So you have this exhaust button, which is very cool. But the owner tells me the flaps actuation doesn't matter anymore, or it's not significant anymore after that Rogue performance exhaust back there. They worked on the back box, and it sounds amazing when it's moving. You guys will get to hear that. They have these air vents, which are one of my favorites because they totally mimic the turbines on jet engines on airplanes. Like it's so amazing. There's ambient lighting, which you guys can't see because of how bright it is. But yeah, so there's some aluminum pedals down there for driving, and generally that's pretty much it. So you have these seat controls here. You can move the seat forward and back, you can raise it, you can lower it, you can do a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, I think let me try to have it on to show you these. So you can use this dial to switch between the different driving modes. So to start with individual, you can move over to comfort, you can move to sport, sport plus, and race, which is the coolest. So these ones you can change a whole bunch of stuff, like opening and closing the exhaust flaps. You can also change you can switch between automatic and manual. So if I click now, it's in manual. Can you guys see? Now it's in manual, now it's back in drive. So you can also control the start stop feature. You can also turn on and off the traction control. And yeah, that's basically, yeah, the suspension as well. That's basically what these are for, which is quite cool, hey? But yeah, I love the look of this thing. Let's get into what makes this car an AMG. So guys, what makes this an AMG? So to begin with, of course, you have the AMG specific grille, the Panamericana grille. But the more technical stuff, the front track, which is the distance between the front wheels, is slightly increased. That helps the car handle a bit more and hug the road a little bit better. And also the brakes are upgraded. So these are 360 millimeter discs mated to 6-piston calipers for some proper braking power. So the rears are about 330 millimeter discs. The suspension is much more stiffer because that gives you a more sportier drive. And also the chassis itself, there's a whole lot more of chassis bracing, especially underneath the car. Right here on the front, there's a chassis brace within the engine bay, of which I'll show you guys in a bit. It has an AMG performance exhaust. Of course, it has to be, I mean, louder than the normal cars and stuff. So again, coming here to the back, so there is a limited slip diff around the back with multiple plate clutches on the rear. So what that means is that the car, so basically the 4MATIC system, which is the all-wheel drive system, 4MATIC is Mercedes term for all-wheel drive system, can split the power between the front wheels and the rear wheels. So it can send up to 50% of the power to the rear wheels, and that 50%, so the rear diff can split that 50% of power between either of the rear wheels. So it can send up to 100% of that 50%. I know this is a bit confusing, to either rear wheel. So what that means is that essentially you can do some skids in this car. It actually has a drift mode. But yeah, that's a very cool feature, which, I mean, the four-wheel drive system itself is front wheel biased, but the fact that you can do skids in a front wheel biased car is just, it's just mental. So lastly, the car is available with adaptive dampers, and also it rides lower than the normal A-class models. So let's check out the engine bay and talk about the engine stats. So guys, the engine bay, to begin with, remember I talked about a strut brace in the engine bay. This is it right here. So the one man one engine AMG philosophy. So this is a hand-built engine, like all AMG engines are. So this one is built by David Huffman. Yeah, whatever. David Huffman, whatever, something like that. So one man one engine philosophy. So this engine is dubbed the M139. That's the engine code name. So it's a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder motor, and this is the most powerful series production 2-liter 4-cylinder engine. So the numbers, it's pushing about 421 matrix horsepower and 500 Newton meters of torque. So the previous generation A45, the turbo was situated here at the front. Now it's went to the back, so that's better for responsiveness and also reducing turbo lag. So the turbo itself is a twin scroll turbo. What that means is that within the turbo house itself, there's 2 turbines. So sometimes it's called twin scroll turbo, or you can also call it a twin power turbo, but it doesn't mean that the engine is twin turbocharged. It's a single turbo with 2 scrolls. That's about it. So transmission or gearbox, so it's an 8-speed dual clutch transmission, and also the car, like I already mentioned, is all-wheel drive. So 4MATIC plus all-wheel drive system. So the plus in the 4MATIC, I think it refers to the drift mode. So yeah, it's kind of like the E63, but not really, because the E63 is based on a rear-wheel drive platform, but kind of, not really, kind of, something like that. So did I mention 500 Newton meters of torque, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in about 3.9 seconds. It can actually do it in a quicker time, maybe 3.7 thereabout. It's very, very quick. Top speed is about 280 kilometers an hour. And now I think let's take a listen to the exhaust and have a feel of how this thing drives. Please do check out our Rogue Performance SA on Instagram. They mainly specialize in doing aftermarket exhausts on cars, so they do exhausts on pretty much anything. this one you can really properly hear that exhaust, and it's so amazing what Rogue did on this car. Like I already mentioned, it gives it so much character. Like for something of this caliber, like this, the amount of power it has, for it to sound the way it sounds when it's stock, like it's a bit disappointing, and it pulls out a lot of the fun factor. But yeah, it's very quick now, it sounds proper, and you guys will just hear it now when we're driving. Those burbles on the overrun. Yes, it sounds proper now. Yo.
Yeah, where we are now.
No idea. Yes, that's that intake noise. So we're just gonna drive straight all the way.
Has someone launched this car with you inside?
Nah, the CLA, they didn't launch it.
I'll launch it because I don't really.
Yeah, generally I also love doing launch control in the videos.
Yeah, because the thing is, other people don't like to launch their cars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, apparently can eat away the gearbox or something.
Yeah, but
But I think these cars are built for it, eh?
yeah, it is what it is.
But yeah, it's also very comfortable, eh?
Yeah, you must remember the suspensions are hard now.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm saying it's comfortable.
No, it's like a lot softer.
For like a Hothatch, something of this
I'm sure that
caliber.
Polo is having a harder ride than us.
Yes, the exhaust is amazing now. Like, yeah, this is how it should have been from factory.
That's
like,
the thing, bro. That's how it should have been.
But I guess it's not Mercedes' fault, eh? It's
Yeah,
just,
it's not their fault that
it's just regulations,
Yeah.
trying to save the world,
exactly.
pollution, and all that. But yeah, it's quite. Yes, this exhaust is just mad. So the stretch opens up a bit here. So there's a very nice straight here.
So is this the straight talk?
Yeah, this is the stretch I was talking about.
And then we just make a U-turn, or is it a dead end?
Now there's a circle up there, so you can just turn right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just turn right. I want you to see the circle where people like coming for spinning.
I can see here.
Even here. See, they even put these to try and prevent people from coming here, but they just remove them. So look at all these tire marks.
That would be so sick, bro. Yo, that would be
So
sick.
people come here, spin, and like.
Yes,
Just so the car doesn't
The
complain.
thing is though, you can, I don't know if you know, but you can choose your RPM when
like
you launch
during launch.
Yeah, so that's what basically a tuned car, you can usually do that, but this car allows you to. So if you like that, then you can just press there. I don't know, it's not going to let us launch. But you can press here and it goes up.
Oh, so it can go up to like 5,000.
I don't know if you can do 5,000. I think max probably like 4.5.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
that's so cool though.
Just hope that's
Fine, you can just watch. Yes, I think that's the most brutal launch control I've ever experienced.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a slow launch, dude.
Yes. Okay, the M5, I expected that to be brutal, but I think he wasn't actually launching it. He was just
No, he wasn't
brake
launching
boosting.
it. Yes, he was brake boosting because
yeah.
they scared the car's gonna break.
I
Those cars
felt
do
that.
break.
Because I expected it to like really shove me back,
Yeah.
but it wasn't.
Yeah.
So when I thought about it, I think he was just brake boosting.
Yeah.
But yes, that's the most. So guys, thank you for tuning into today's video. I really do hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, guys, that's cheers from me.